Administration, Memorial, Chestnut, Slessor Basic, Costos, Graham, and Butler buildings are part of the Penn State Hazleton campus. Each building is unique for what it is used for and has been used for in the past.
The administration building on the Hazleton campus is exceptionally unique in comparison to the other buildings. The oldest building on campus, the administration building, was built in 1924 by the Markle family, who previously owned the property. The building served as the Markle family's mansion until 1948, when the college purchased the land previously known as the High Acres. The grand stone building has remained on campus ever since. Surprisingly enough, the administration building has served several purposes over the years. While the Markle family lived in the mansion, it held servants' quarters and 5 outdoor gardens. After Penn State purchased the land, the building has included many classrooms, the library, an infirmary, the kitchen, and even a dining room. Today, the administration building holds many offices such as academic affairs, bursar, student aid, and admissions. This beautiful building is the core of Penn State Hazleton and has been so for many years. In fact, the administration building is considered the symbol of the campus now that the driveway includes the Nittany Lion.
Like the administration building, the Memorial Building was also part of the Markle estate. Before it became part of the Penn State Hazleton campus, the Memorial Building used to be the Markle family's garage and apartments for the estate staff. Once it was purchased, the building was used for classrooms, physics lab, faculty offices, and division of counseling offices. Later on, approximately after the 1960s, the Memorial Building served as the library, dormitory, and infirmary. However, as of today, the Memorial Building is being served as the Army ROTC offices, faculty offices, and classrooms. After the Markle family sold their estate to Penn State, the Chestnut Cottage was used as the chemistry building. Decades later, the building was used as a bookstore. Now there is only one classroom being used in the Chestnut Cottage.
The original Slessor Basic building, earlier known as the Student Union Building, was built in 1958 and cost about $200,000. Before January of 2009, the Slessor Basic building was being used for the Student Center. The building also included a radio station, offices, and it was also the student cafeteria. Later, the Slessor Basic building had offices and 2 classrooms that were not used. Performances that would be done on the small space were from either the campus groups or clubs. In simpler terms, at the time, the Student Union Building contained the cafeteria, bookstore, student conference room, student lounge, and game room. Due to the renovations of the Slessor Basic building, with the majority of thanks to theater professor Eric McKenna, the building now is used for theater productions and the continuing education office.
The Costos building was built in 1970. It was part of the project to make the Penn State Hazleton campus a 4-year campus. This building is named after Frank C. Costos, who was the director of the Hazleton campus from 1955 to 1973. The ground was broken for this building in 1969 by President Dr. E. Walker. The Costos building is used for classrooms, laboratories, and offices, as well as a lecture hall which is located on the ground floor. The other 3 floors contain classrooms, offices, a language lab, a computer lab, biology and chemistry labs, and engineering labs. The uses of the Costos building are still very similar to what it was used for when it was first constructed.
The High Acres Academic Center, now known today as the Graham Building, cost a projected amount of $5.2 million. What is seen today in the Graham Building is what it was when it was first constructed. The building plan was divided into 2 phases. One is how it is today, and the other has plans for a theater. All money was from donations, although there wasn't enough money to build the theater. The lobby of the building displays works of art that were all given from numerous donors. Also, the Graham Building contains the 2nd largest lecture hall on campus and a computer lab. The Graham Building gets its name from Evelyn Graham, whose husband donated over $1 million to the building.
Lastly, across from the Graham Building is the Butler Building. The Butler Building contains seminar rooms, various technology rooms, a teaching and learning resource center, a writing center, the IT department, a cyber cafe, a space for study, and offices for things like student organizations. Built in 2005, it is a popular hangout place for students. Named after Charles T. Butler, the construction of the building was made possible by his generous monetary donation. When Charles Butler, a local entrepreneur, died in 1999, he left $2 million as a gift to the Penn State Hazleton campus. The 17,800 square foot building is now officially known as the Charles T. Butler Teaching and Learning Resource Center. This building, designed in a modern architectural style, also contains many windows. The facility, as Butler had wished, contains areas where study and the use of technology can take place.
The collection of buildings makes life better at Penn State Hazleton campus because they provide a safe and comfortable learning environment for students. These buildings are what makes Penn State Hazleton such a good campus to attend.